At the NBA trade deadline, the Philadelphia 76ers traded for Tobias Harris, a forward. And I love this move so much. It's a great move. It legitimizes the Philadelphia 76ers as a potential championship team. I finally buy into the 76ers. A lot of people for years have been saying, we got all these stars. We got Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, Jimmy Butler. I don't care. I don't buy it. The problem with the 76ers until this move was they didn't have good enough three-point shooting. They had one player, J.J. Redick, who's solid, but one three-point shooter is not enough to beat all the other great teams in the NBA. Now, Tobias Harris, the player the 76ers just traded for, is in the top 10 in NBA three-point percentage. He's shooting 43%, which is better than Klay Thompson. And for some perspective and for some context, Steph Curry, the star for the Warriors, is shooting 44% from behind the three-point line. This is a wonderful move because it makes the Eastern Conference playoffs fascinating, really interesting. It's not a three-way. In my opinion, it's a three-way race. We'll throw on the other teams at the end. But between the Raptors, the Celtics, and the Philadelphia 76ers, I cannot wait to see which team wins the Eastern Conference Finals. I'll give some credit to the Bucks and the Pacers. They're actually ahead in the standings right now, ahead of the 76ers and the Celtics. But the point is the Eastern Conference playoffs are going to be really fun, really competitive. I cannot wait to watch because of this addition by the 76ers. I don't know. Now the 76ers have the bodies they need, not only to compete, but possibly win the entire Eastern Conference. So here's what's cool about this move. First of all, after the move, the Philadelphia 76ers now only have one player on their starting five that's under 6'8". That new amount of length gives the 76ers a lot of advantage, a great advantage on defense. They can use their length. They'll be really good down low. I like this. Look, they have two really good three-point shooters. They have Tobias Harris shooting 43% from behind the three-point line. They have J.J. Redick, who's shooting 39% from three-point range. Jimmy Butler has a great mid-range jumper. Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons dominate around the rim and down low. This trade is so good for the NBA. It makes me excited to watch. I watched the Celtics and 76ers the other day after this trade happened. The Celtics did win. The Celtics won 112-109. But it's early. There's still a lot of chemistry that needs to be developed on the 76ers roster. They're running a lot of isolation. They had a couple miscues. It looked like they just don't know each other very well. But this is a really fascinating move around the NBA. I can't wait to watch what happens for the 76ers down the road. I don't know. I think a really fun championship would be the 76ers and the Golden State Warriors. It might be that the Warriors just shoot the 76ers out of the gym. Very possible, but I would love to see the way the 76ers play the Warriors on defense. What kind of matchup? Because they have great players down low. Watching Joel Embiid and Kevin Durant or Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, I don't know who's going to guard Steph Curry. If that works out, I would love to see what happened and see the way the 76ers matched up with the Golden State Warriors. And if somehow the Warriors, break apart this offseason, it could really open the door for another team like the Celtics or the 76ers, maybe even the Raptors, if they can keep Kawhi Leonard around to step in and win a championship. That is what I want to see in the NBA. I have a hard time watching the Warriors win every single year. It's February right now, and I feel like the Warriors are absolutely the favorite to win the NBA Finals. You can complain about the New England Patriots winning the Super Bowl every single year, but at least week 8, halfway through the season, we don't feel like, it's the Patriots. They're going to win it all again. At least there's drama that's interesting. And right now, the drama that interests me in the NBA is leading up to the NBA championship. The Eastern Conference Finals are great. And then I'm not going to care as much about the finals because I think the Warriors are going to win. But at least, hey, it could be interesting. Who knows? But the 76ers being in the mix now really piques my interest and really fascinates me. I want to go back to the trade real quick. The reason why the LA Clippers traded Tobias Harris away to the 76ers is because Tobias Harris has an expiring contract. And the reason why the Celtics don't want to re-sign Tobias Harris is because he's not good enough really to build an entire team around. And so the Celtics were hoping to trade him away, get and clear their cap space. And then the thought process is maybe the Celtics can sign 2 really big free agents in the 2019 offseason. They can sign maybe Klay Thompson and Kawhi Leonard, something like that. This trade really, really benefited the LA Clippers. They got 2 first-round draft picks, 2 second-round draft picks. They got a solid rookie, Landry Shamet. They also got 2 role players, Mike Muscala and Wilson Chandler. The 76ers really only got Tobias Harris. They got 2 other role players, Boban Marjanovic and Mike Scott. But this is not the Boban. No, none of these other parts matter. The only part of this trade that matters to me is the fact that the 76ers got Tobias Harris. Now, it is worth noting that the number one problem with the 76ers right now is their bench. They didn't have a bench before the trade. They have even less of a bench after the trade. But that's the problem with every single super team, is that their bench is depleted because there's only so much money to go around. I don't really care about the 76ers bench. I'm excited to watch their starting 5 in the playoffs to see how they match up against a team like the Celtics, the Raptors, and maybe even the Golden State Warriors. I am so excited about the 76ers after the Tobias trade. I care, I'm invested, and I cannot wait to watch. I hate doing this. It makes me feel uncomfortable. I really don't like self-promotion. It makes me feel like a used car salesman, but I got to do it. So if you don't know, this is my podcast, Strong Opinion Sports. It's my favorite thing in the world. And you can subscribe on iTunes, SoundCloud. You can find it on YouTube. You can find the full entire hour-long podcast on YouTube. You can also find shorter breakout clips like the one you just watched. Please do me a favor. If you like anything I had to say, maybe you hate me and you're mad about something, share this podcast with your friends. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever you want to do. Help me grow by telling your friends about this show.